Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of the Strand Tennis Center podcast, filled with tips, advice, tennis, not tennis, just life advice too, whatever you need. Like it on YouTube, share it on the podcast as well. Thank you.
Welcome to the Strand Tennis Center podcast. Hunter, you have to tell people, where'd you get your perm?
Like an Asian salon.
Come on, you have
Korean
to show.
salon.
Go in front of the camera, Santi. Come on, Santi. It looks fantastic. You have to show people. Look at this guy. You want to talk about multi-talented? I thought you did the perm yourself. It looks so good.
That would be crazy.
Why would that? How long does a perm take?
This one took like an hour and 45 minutes.
So
the cut and perm, and you sit there.
But it's not a tight perm. These are long curls.
These are like a wavy perm.
How long does it last?
She said like 4 months or so.
4 months.
Yeah, she said you should come back in 4 months or so.
Do you have
If
that
you take care of
desire,
it.
like girls? They want straight hair, have curly hair. Girls have curly hair, want straight hair. Do you always want like wavy hair because you have straight hair?
Yeah. At first I was gonna cut off all my hair again.
Okay.
Then I was like, I kind of want to keep it long. What can I do? And then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I should get a perm. And try it. What if it sucks? Whatever. You chop it all off. And then she gave me what I wanted, which is like a surfer waviness. Not too curly.
You
If it's
look
too
like
curly,
a surfer.
yeah. And when I wash it, it bounces. It's really curly, but then it relaxes a little. So
You come in with your shades. You come in with your perm. I like the
Yeah.
stud earrings too. Look at you. You look like a stud. Look at this. This
Yeah.
makes me jealous. I always ask something where he goes. Where he goes on vacation, where he goes here, he goes down the. How was the waves the other day? Go surfing. How were they?
the waves are pretty good. They're okay. Good and okay. They're like 4 feet, 3 feet. Some good ones.
So how long did it take you to get good at surfing?
I'm not good.
I
I would
mean,
say
you can
I started
stand up.
I started last summer. Yeah, I can stand up and stuff, but I snowboard, so it helps a little bit with like balance and foot placement and stuff like that. But
Okay.
it's still like surfing. You have to get up, and if you don't get up, you just basically don't get the practice.
How long did it take you to get up?
Oh, you buy like different boards. So like a long board, a lot easier, lots of volume. So
you
it took
can
me
balance
about
easier.
it took me about two sessions to get
Okay.
up properly, but then when you switch to other boards, you have to like basically learn that again because you're trying to get up on a shorter board, and you have to balance out on that as well.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, you have to like, especially in Hawaii, if you go to like Waikiki, you have to dodge people because there's just people everywhere.
Okay.
So it's very dangerous.
I'm thinking about what we're going to talk about, but I'm also gotta get interested in this stuff too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
You wanna live
onboarding process, living vicariously. A client asked me to go surfing with his other client.
That's cool.
Friday. I can't even surf. I'll
that's
go
cool.
watch you guys take some pictures.
Yeah.
Like I can't. I have no
You can
chance.
try it.
I used to do
I
a
have
lot
so
of
many
body
boards, you
surfing.
could borrow them.
But, my wife will say, you're just going to hurt yourself.
It's the water. You just fall in the
That's what
water.
she'll say. No, somehow I'll hurt
I have
myself.
a wetsuit too. You could borrow that. We're like the same height. Yeah. that's
I'll
all
wear the
good.
wetsuit for the podcast. That's it.
Okay.
I'll wear a wetsuit. Bring in the wetsuit. I'll wear it for the
Oh my
podcast.
God.
It's going to be
super
fun.
tight. Okay.
But I was going to talk about thinking about sports and dedication, seasonal stuff. So we're getting into, our super busiest time, but we're getting into a season where it's wintertime, right? So there's no tennis going on for players. Even college-wise, they take the winter off, right? They do invitationals in the fall, and their season gets going after the break. But this is the time where you can make up a lot of things you need to work on. A lot of people go through the season in the fall, the girls' sports, and they go, I want to take a break. And all of a sudden it's March, and then all of a sudden it's April, and you have taken too much of a break, and you've got to get ready in August. So this is the time. You want to talk about being successful? This is the time when all the seasons are off that you need to practice. And I'm not making a sales pitch for our club. I'm talking about anything you do. I'm talking about any sport that is ended in the fall, anything that you need to practice on. Keep doing it, whether you play at other clubs, anything you need to do. In a tennis world, you need to keep sharp, because when you can play tennis for months. And then I don't play for 3 days, and the ball feels like a cantaloupe. I feel heavy. I can't really play. So you need to get that feel of being on the court all the time. You need to play a lot of matches. Match play is key to be successful. Don't just drill all day. Play matches, play matches. And when you're in an off-season workout program, I still think you should hit it 4 or 5 days a week. You know, when you're playing and then when you're playing during the season, you won't train as much, like fitness-wise. You'll play probably 6 days a week because it's just the nature of it. The girls' season, they were playing every day.
Yeah.
Playing almost 5 days because there wasn't much practice. They were trying to get the season in.
Yeah.
But if you go to an off-season program, I would say you should be playing probably 3 to 4 days a week. And then you can take some time, but I would even venture to say 5 days. But you can take a couple of days off in the wintertime, maybe 3. That's
you could do at least minimum 3.
It's probably a nice average. You can take 3 days off. But don't be taking clumps of 2 to 3 weeks at a time because your game is going to be off. You have to keep – tennis is that kind of game where you have to stay sharp technically, but you've got to stay sharp mentally because you get out of competition, you get out of practice, and you feel like you can't – I mean, you just feel like you can't win a match anymore because you don't know what to do at certain points. You don't know how your instincts need to take over, and when you're not playing, those instincts don't take over.
Yeah.
You need to have that quick decision-making ability at that time. So I say when you hit the off-season, I would spend probably 6 to 8 hours on the tennis court.
A day?
No, not a day.
Oh,
no,
a week?
A week. A week.
Oh.
If you're in the off-season. A day. Jeez, that's on, boy. 6 to 8 hours of, you know, these are people that just want to keep their game up. They're not trying to be professional athletes, right? Yeah, 2 hours, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, that's 8 hours. That's fine, right? That'll keep you sharp. And then I would do more stretching than anything. Do more band work, do more stretching, keep yourself limber so you can get just a simple athletic band, right? And wrap it around the net post and do a stretch here, do a stretch there. So do 10 this way with the band around the net post, do 10 that way, do 10 like this, do 10 like that. I think they can see me. So that will help your shoulder. That will help get blood flow into your shoulder and keep it loose. And then just do stretching. I would do 20-minute stretch in the morning, 20-minute stretch at night. Got to keep your body loose and being able to avoid injury because you don't want to play in the off season and not stretch at all. Even if you're younger, there's injuries. There's tons of injuries. So that's really what I wanted to talk about. The season's ended. Don't let up. Don't let it go. Even if you had a good season, you can enjoy it. And this is me, and I guess this is me in general. It's hard for me to sit back and enjoy much, but I enjoy the process. So this is what you have to do. You got to start to fall in love with processes. So now it's your off-season process where you're practicing 8 hours, 6 hours, and get used to processes and enjoy them because really that's all there is. Because you'll find that when you get the result you want, it's never cracked up to what it's supposed to be. Right? So it's really the process. And everybody says that it's a journey, but I don't like to say journey because it sounds so floaty to me. I think it's the process. I'm talking about the process, like we said, my day last week, getting up in the morning. That is a process that you just never let go of. There's no like, oh my God, until I get to this point, it's just part of you. And you have to realize if you want to be successful, it has to be part of you. Part of you every day. It's in you somehow. It's part of you in some way. And that's the big key. So don't lose that focus. You can downplay the focus. You can make it a shorter window of focus or say, I'm not going to play, every single day or I'm not going to play 12, 14 hours a week. But you have to stay at a level of concentration. It's like, and again, this podcast is all about you start to mention tennis, and it can be equated to anything, any type of business. If you completely lose focus or don't delegate to the right people or make sure you're hiring the right person or making sure that if you don't hire the right person, that they're out of there quickly, that's you not being focused, staying with it. Can you remember an example when you were very focused and then not focused in your life?
Well, for me, when I'm really focused, it's Okay, when used to have my own restaurant, I was you're super focused at night when it's like the dinner rush. You're like in the zone, and then you just don't realize like 4 hours just went by, and then for me when I'm not in the focus, it's just like when I guess maybe I'm like relaxing a little bit, trying to de-stress. I'm kind of just like my mind's still like running, but I try to like not let it run as much, and I'm just aimlessly doing something or.
Do you
know what I
think
mean?
this is your most productive period in your life, or do you feel like you were more productive at different times? I guess
What do you
define
mean?
productive. I don't
No,
know.
I mean, I feel I'm pretty productive now, yeah. I feel like I'm doing something that's worth something, you know. I don't feel unproductive. I feel like,
I think you are. I think you're doing a great job.
I don't know. I mean, I feel great. I don't know.
Well, that's
I
good.
like it here. It's good.
Well,
it's
that's
fun.
good.
You know,
That's
it's
all.
fun.
Something
Yeah,
that's everything.
that's all you want.
That's all it is.
Because you don't want to
feel
be
great.
stressed out every day. You don't want to wake up
Yeah.
like grumpy and, people punch their pillows in the morning. They're like, oh, I got to go to, and then they suck it up or whatever.
And-
I don't suck it up. I'm just like, oh, I'm here. Hello.
And happiness has got nothing to do with money. It really doesn't.
It really
like I've
doesn't.
known people that
Yeah.
have millions of dollars and they're miserable.
Yeah.
And there's people that, make 75K, like you said. You just have to reverse engineer anything. Figure out how much you can live on and and then money is just
Yeah.
a byproduct of saying, okay, this is what I need to live on. I'll be happy. It's not,
Yeah.
You set a number for yourself. You call it like a freedom number where I can go, okay, this is where I can do what I want.
Right.
And it may move around a little bit, but don't think more money is going to make you. Again, this has been said forever. Money just exposes who you are. It's not going to make you happier. It's going to make you more of an asshole, or it's going to make you more angry.
I actually think I would be an asshole. Yeah.
But you wouldn't be because you're not an asshole.
No, I think I would be.
Why? Why
I
would you
don't
think
know.
you'd be an asshole?
I don't know.
It doesn't change you. It just exposes you. You're a pretty nice
Oh,
guy.
Okay.
Do you not think you're
I
nice?
would like to be an asshole, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm a. Like
Why
deep
would you
down,
li-
I'm a
that's
dick.
just interesting. Why
Deep
would
down,
you
I'm an
like to be
asshole.
an asshole?
No, I mean I don't know. Deep down, I'm a dick. Yeah. Like to here, I'm nice because I have to be nice to everyone. But like in terms of like relationships and stuff, I'm like kind of like a. I could be
You're
an
talking
asshole
about personal
sometimes.
relationships?
Yeah, personal relationships. I could be like an asshole sometimes. Like selfish. I'm a little selfish. I give a lot, but then like if I feel like one thing I'm not getting enough back, then I act a little selfish.
So you're a baby.
That's a good. That's
You're a little
that's
baby.
good, yeah,
But that's
Yeah.
got.
that's funny.
You mean to tell me so Santi comes into $100 million and he's going to be like, if I don't get what I want all the time,
Oh
I'm
no, I
gonna
wouldn't be like.
See,
Is
that's
that
not
what you're
you.
saying?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be like
it's not
arrogant
you.
and stuff.
No.
I'd be like, I don't even need this money. Why do I need
Yes.
this much money? What am I gonna do
So,
with it?
you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
But that's a very, really narrow thing. Like in a relationship, if you don't get what you want, you're a baby. In other words, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think in general, you're a pretty nice guy.
Yeah. I think I'm very nice.
Yeah.
Like friendly and stuff. Yeah, of course. I'm probably one of the most friendly people here.
So why do you think money would make you a bad guy?
I don't know. I would care less about, like, I wouldn't say people, but like I would just do whatever I want. You know what I mean?
Well, that mean wouldn't
Like,
you?
if I won the lottery,
wouldn't
I'd be
you
like,
just
Steve, I'm gone.
Wouldn't you just expand being nice? So if you do whatever
you
you
mean
want,
like-
wouldn't you
like,
just be like, hey, I'm going to help this person. I'm going to help that person out.
Well, first I would be selfish for a good like 2 years.
Okay.
And like buy things, travel, do whatever I want, right? I'd still be very nice to people as I go, but I feel like I would just have it easier.
You know what's so funny?
That's what people who are poor see. Like people who are poor, like me, when we think about because the wealth of that generations have and other people have, like we think that okay, I could just buy my own way through things and happiness and like events and like my phone dropped in the water, I'm gonna go buy another one, whatever, something like that. Like some people don't care, they just do whatever. So
No,
it'd be fun to do that. That's what I'm trying to say.
what I'm
Throw money at stuff, right? I don't know.
what I'm saying to you is a sidebar.
I'm
If I
just,
told
like,
you you had
I'm
$100
just going
million,
on tangents, yeah.
what you said was you would travel and buy stuff.
Yeah.
You have to think.
I probably wouldn't buy as much
This is a
stuff,
different
but I
thing.
would
You have to
travel
think
more.
like an
Yeah.
investor, not a spender.
I know.
Think about if you had
Build
$100
little
million.
companies here.
I'd put it in the
Yeah.
stock market.
Yeah.
Invest it.
Yeah.
Don't spend it first.
If I like one day, like let's say I didn't work here anymore and I won the lottery, I would just call you. I'd be like, Steve, we're gonna open another club. We're gonna open 3 clubs.
Be diligent.
That'd be
But
fun.
that's what I was saying. When you started to make some money, I said you started to buy some things.
Oh yeah.
So that's just going to exacerbate. Say you have $100 million, you're going to buy more things.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
Okay.
Think about what you need to pay off and what you need to invest.
Yeah.
Remember, money either works for you or you work for it, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's
So
wise.
you're either
That's wise.
working for the money, which you have a job and you're working for it.
Right.
And then that money needs to work for you as well.
Eventually,
If you spend something, it's not working for you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I said it's not. We talked about this. It's not like you don't have any fun in your life. You don't do anything. You just allocate a certain amount of your money. Say 20% of it that's going to be invested. And you don't see it. Imagine it was just taken out. Right? It's just gone.
Right.
So you live on the difference. And you say, all right, I'm going to play with the difference.
Right.
Pay my expenses and play with the difference. But this 20% I don't see, and it's going to get invested, and that's it.
It's going to grow. It's going to keep you going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes
sounds. I told you the 2 biggest industries really in the world are finance
Right.
and fitness.
Right.
$1 billion industries because no one can discipline themselves. I can tell you fitness-wise in 2 seconds what to do, right? Eat right and work out, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
No one wants to fucking do it.
Yeah,
So what they
yeah.
do is they hire trainers and this and that and,
Yeah,
and an app that's going to help me, and I'll wear my Zoom and my Bop or whatever that is, the thing. Finance is the same thing. Take 20% off the top, save it, don't touch it, let it build, put it in an index fund, and let it go for 30 years, and you'll be rich. You're like, but I want to have fun now, right? So no one does it, and they spend money on wealth managers and all this shit and blah, blah, blah.
like later
this
on
wealth
they
manager
freak
will
out.
help me. He'll get me money quick.
Yeah.
No mystery.
No. Compound interest.
Compound, baby,
Yeah, yeah.
compound. 2, 4, 8, 12, 16. But look, that's all. Again, our podcasts are going to be a little shorter until we. There's a couple of guests I have in mind that we're going to have.
Sick, brother.
Sick,
No.
yeah. But basically, today was just about the off season. Don't let it go. You don't want to get yourself in a situation where you had a good season. Rest on your laurels, especially. Don't sit back and go, "Oh, I had a great year, and I'm going to just chill and I'm going to hang out." Don't do it because somebody else out there is working harder than you. Always know that someone's working harder than you are, and pretty soon. If they work long enough and hard enough, just like money compounds, effort compounds, and they're going to slingshot right past you. Say that 12 times. So don't let it go. You had a good season. Keep it up. That's it. It's all about the effort. Anything else, Santi?
No. Come play at the Strand.
No sells. No sell. We
Oh,
don't
okay.
sell here.
I miss people.
I'm going to sell. Who give you a perm? Sell that. What's the name of the place?
Oh, Julia Hair Salon in Edison, New
Julia
Jersey.
Hair Salon in Edison. That's what
Yeah.
we're going to sell. That's awesome. It looks
Yeah.
great.
Okay, thanks.
That we have to put on the site.
Yeah, no.
You as your bio
no.
pic.
Oh, change it? No.
Yeah.
Maybe. Probably not.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. Hope you like the podcast. Please share it with your friends, anybody that you know, anybody that's into tennis, anybody that's into bettering themselves. Share it.